Aren't you tired of them trying to guilt you into having a one-sided relationship with them? This could be narc siblings, narc relatives in general, and these people, they're intentionally doing these things. And when you get to the point where you're tired of it, oftentimes it's because you're beginning to realize that there is a strong correlation in what it is that you're tolerating from those that supposed to care for you, supposed to love you. There's a correlation between you tolerating that and other people that you come encounter with. Oftentimes the energy that you're sitting in, that feeling of defeated, that feeling of feeling neglected, the feeling of low self-worth, a lot of it has been embedded in you by your so-called people, by your siblings, by your relatives, okay? And this is something that you can change. If you have it in you where you're beginning to feel like you're wanting to distance yourself, you're wanting to choose yourself over familiarity, you wanted to choose yourself over the illusion, the idea of siblings, the idea of family, when strangers treat you even better than them. It's time for you to actually make the change and beginning to realize that saying no is a sign of you beginning to affirm your own self-worth, your own love for yourself, okay? And this is something at this point that has to really stop for you, because if you're wanting to enter into a new season in your life, and this is the opportune time because we're during the holidays, it is time for you to choose yourself, okay? You will begin to attract more meaningful relationships, ones that are not one-sided, ones where you do not have to just go along to get along or tolerate insufferable behaviors from people that say that they care about you. Love is a verb. It is an action word. And if you're not feeling the love, it's time for you to move around. You could be someone where you're beginning to understand, those relatives, it could have been like an aunt or an uncle that had their life together, but they kept a distance. Like they may have only shown up when it was like maybe a funeral, or some didn't even show up for that, but it's just kind of like there were always rumors about, they're standoffish. And something about them that always kind of let you know, right, there's more to the story. Yeah, now you're beginning to understand why that particular relative decided to distance themselves. It's time, because no matter what you do, you end up wasting time thinking that something is going to change as years go on. Oftentimes they end up getting worse, because see, you're like an anomaly to them. You are a direct conflict to who they are. They're threatened by your very existence, and it's because you could be someone where you're more so optimistic. You could be pursuing different dreams, actually achieving goals and things in which they never even put effort towards. And since you may come from a similar background, you may come from the same womb, they can't they don't understand, like, how is it that these things are happening for you? They're not putting forth the effort, or they just don't have what it is that you have within you. They don't have a connection to God like you have. I mean, they don't even try. But instead of them trying to introspect and figure out why they feel a level of inadequacy around you, they'll try to attack you. And it may not be physically, some will be, but for some of them, the attacks are going to come out of nowhere. And oftentimes it's going to be with an audience. They enjoy to see you squirm. They enjoy to see you uncomfortable, because they really see the confidence within you. And it's not that you're trying, it's just something that you have. This is an aspect of healing from not only Stockholm Syndrome, to my belief, but some level of cognitive dissonance, because especially when you are a child, you know, as uncomfortable as it may be, it's not like you could leave these people, especially if they're siblings. You can't detach from them so much, maybe to a certain extent, but you have to sort of just accept them for whatever it is they are, whatever it is that they say. And the cognitive dissonance kicks in because it's just like, this is my relative, I'm supposed to love and care for them. But if it is not reciprocated, if you're the one reaching out, if you're the one being kind, if you're the one always understanding, even if they're behaving the worst, that's eating away at you. And you have to be careful and be aware that you begin to emit a certain energy. When you're wanting to shift your life forward, to actually level up your life, it's going to require you to set some healthy boundaries. And those boundaries oftentimes is going to be set with those that may be your siblings, your relatives that are very narcissistic. Okay, not everybody is willing to do the work. Not everybody is able to look at themselves and see like, hey, for me to treat this person this way, it's really messed up. No. Oftentimes they're going to just continue to find other devious ways to torment you. So if this is something that you're realizing, if you're here, this is representing a change that's happening in your life. The Most High allows you to see certain information when you're ready. And you're ready. It's going to be okay. Think about it. Like, if you have been tolerating these people, if you even cringe at the thought of being around them, it's time to make a change. When you choose yourself, your life is going to get better. You can do this.